Okay, what we're going to do is go page for page. The first clip you're seeing here is the booking sheet that holds her front and side profile so-called mugshot images. If you look at this, you'll see what they're saying that they took in off of her to put in the bins. She was assigned a property box bin 6. You see the list of things that they say they took. I'm not understanding someone that traveled all the way from Chicago to Texas for a new job. I have viewed her profile since the day that it was announced that she was killed, and I see where she has purchased food to eat. She was raving about the best baked potato there. It showed a picture of the restaurant and a picture of her plate. I don't understand why. I can understand not having cash on you, but no credit card either, no bank card was on her. Okay. Also look at the signature. Now, and also the arrest time was at 4:27 p.m. Now we're going to go to the next page. Okay, remember the arrest time was 4:27 p.m. If you look at the book date, 7/10/2015, 8:15 p.m., you see where it states, yes, there's a current medical problem, recent hospitalization or serious injuries or withdrawal concerns. Inmate states she has epilepsy. Look over to your right where it says, have you ever attempted suicide? If yes, when and why and how? The response is yes. In 2015, lost a baby, and I attempted it by taking pills. Also asked, have you ever experienced a recent loss? The answer was yes. Godmother passed in late 2014. You'll also see medications. Yes, I'm taking medications. Keppra for my epilepsy. On the same sheet, it was also asked, have you ever been depressed? The answer was no, but they're saying that she said she have been depressed. Also look at the time that this sheet was printed, the same day, 7/10 at 8:56:02, which is about 40 something minutes after it was input. Then we have a page 2 of this suicide assessment form where it asks, intake questionnaire, epilepsy, answer yes. Inmate states she has epilepsy. And you see all of the no's on everything else and not applicables. Recent injuries not applicable, but she complained at the scene of the arrest of not being able to hear, of her arm hurting, and her head being slammed into the ground. This is the second sheet of the suicide assessment. Do you see the printed date? Printed on 7/13/2015 at 4:56:53 p.m. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it very odd that a 2-page sheet would be printed on different days. The same day she was murdered, the same day she was found dead, 7/13, the second part of that assessment sheet was printed out. The first part was printed on the same day. The next sheet we have the inmate inventory check-in sheet. This is where they're issuing her all of the prison wear and the prison blanket, towel, mattress, and bed sheet for the room that they were going to be detaining her in after moving her from those front cells, which is the holding area. Okay, look at the 2 signatures. This is from the inmate inventory checklist and the booking sheet. Those 2 signatures look pretty much the same to me. So we're going to move on to the next sheet. On this particular page, I'm just pointing out the signature and the date. The first page had the signature and date as well. And this signature came off of the request of copies of medical records. Look at the signatures. They're pretty much the same. This is the first 3 sheets: the booking sheet, the inventory check-in sheet, and the medical request record sheet. All 3 of these, as I state, pretty much look the same in my opinion, and they both contain the dates except for the inventory check-in sheet, because there's no blank or line for a date. This page here is the arrest report. It still shows the arrest time at 4:27 p.m. You'll see the charges below: warrantless on view, assault on a public servant. You'll see that at the time of booking, no bond status, not set, no bond amount, type, or fine amount was made at that time, because of course this is during the time she was doing her intake. And anybody that has ever experienced or been arrested knows that if you get arrested on a Friday, it'll be Monday before you see a damn judge and a bond is set. Now this here comes off of the female intake form, a questionnaire completed by each female inmate that gets booked into the Waller County Jail facility. It's a pregnancy screening as well. You'll notice in this particular one, I highlight, are you currently on medication? It's circled no. Look at the signature. Chicken scratch, no date. Look at the difference in the signatures: the booking sheet, the inventory check-in sheet, the medical request sheet, and the inmate intake form questionnaire. Now this signature came off of the page titled Health and Safety Codes, authorizing Waller County Jail to release the following information. Now we have 5 signatures. In my opinion, only 3 of them match. That questionnaire sheet definitely does not match, but I can go with the first 4 being her signature. The questionnaire, the intake form signature with no date does not look like the other 4 signatures. Okay, this signature came off of receipt of inmate rules and regulations, her signing off that yes, I received the rules and regulations as an inmate. You notice the date is there and her signature. Then I'm just showing you all 6 signatures from the pages that we have went over. And one of these or 2 of these does not look like the other, in my opinion. Okay, this particular sheet is the screening form for suicide and medical and mental impairments. You'll see that the date and time is shown as 7/10/15 at 17:32 military time, which is 5:32 p.m. She was arrested at 4:27. If you look farther, and I'm going to zoom in, if you look at the questionnaire, the first question asks any current medical problems, recent hospitalizations, or serious injuries or concerns about withdrawal. It is checked yes, but in the box no explanation of yes. It also asks the third question, taking medications. It is aligned through yes, but no listing of what medication. Asks, have you ever received services for mental health? Checked no. If you scroll down further, you'll see that the question, have you ever been depressed? It says yes. Do you feel this way now? It says yes. Have you had thoughts of killing yourself in the last year? It says yes. Are you thinking about killing yourself today? The answer is no. Have you ever attempted suicide? The answer is yes. When? You can see the date shows 2014. Why? Lost baby, how? Pills. But if you look at that date closer, you will see that that was written over A 4 was placed on top of a 3. It first said 2013 and it was changed to 2014. Then you see, have you experienced recent loss? The answer was yes. Godmother, late 2014. The bottom portion of this particular sheet, screening sheet, you'll see that it asks, do you observe any visible signs of self-harm such as cuts or on the arms? They checked no, but they claim she had cuts on her arms. Does the screener suspect mental illness or mental retardation? No. No magistrate notified. This next sheet is the jail suspect information. Has her name, race, date of birth, case number, date is 7/10/2015. The time is 16:27, which is the same time of the arrest, 4:27 p.m. Physical condition, officer observation. Physical condition was written as good. We're going to go back to that suicide assessment sheet where they asked, have you had thoughts of killing yourself in the last year? The answer was no. Are you thinking about killing yourself today? The answer was no. Have you ever attempted suicide? If yes, when, why, and how? The answer was yes. Now hold on a moment. If you notice on that suicide assessment questionnaire, it says, have you had thoughts of killing yourself in the last year? The answer was no. Are you thinking of killing yourself today? The answer was no. But when you go to that screening form for suicide and medical and mental impairments, have you had thoughts of killing yourself in the last year? The answer was yes. Thoughts of killing yourself today? The answer was no. Also, don't forget about the times of these two different sheets that I was just discussing with you with the contradictions in the answers. The check form, which was, let me go back to it, which was the screening form for suicide, medical and mental impairments, that one was filled out at 17:32, which is 5:32 p.m. The actual printed out typed suicide questionnaire, the date and time stamp on that one is the same day, but at 8:18 p.m., which is about a little over 3 hours later. If you look at the questionnaire, you'll see 2014 lost a baby, but on the suicide questionnaire in 2015 lost a baby. But no, I have not had thoughts of killing myself in the last year. But one page says 2015, one page was changed from 2013 to 14, yet the answer was no to thoughts of killing myself in the last year. Now, I don't know about you, but all of these discrepancies and contradictions of all this paperwork is what leads me to believe that some of this stuff was fabricated after this woman was found dead in that cell. And now when you go back and you look at that other sheet, which was the circled questionnaire, the female intake form, are you currently on any medication? Please have your medications brought from home. It was circled no. This is the form with the chicken scratch signature and no date of the signature. But in the suicide questionnaire, it may state she has epilepsy, yes, medications, Keppra. I mean, come on, people. Really, come on. It's too many contradictions and discrepancies on this paperwork, dates and times. All of this stuff is not adding up at all. At all. Not to mention the fact that her mother, sister, family members, people that knew her are saying they didn't know anything about an attempted suicide. Yet, who hides that they were pregnant? Seems to me that if she attempted suicide because she lost a baby, wouldn't someone have known she was pregnant in the first place? Now, they haven't asked the question, did you know she was pregnant? But they did ask, did you know about this attempted suicide? And they all said no. So did they know that she was pregnant at all? I don't think that's something she would have hid from her family, that she was pregnant. And where is, was she taken to the hospital when she took all those pills? Is there any medical records, since they was did a form to request her medical records? Honestly, people, this stuff does not add up. You looking at all of the contradictions in the timestamps on these papers, looking like papers was added afterwards. You're looking at the questionable mugshot of being dressed in, I can understand being dressed in orange because she was booked. Of course, she couldn't stay in the holding cell for all those 3 days. She didn't see the judge till Monday morning. That's when she found out about her bond. She made a phone call that morning, left a voicemail for the friend that she was staying with, and said at the end of it, I guess call me back. She asked about making a phone call, but they have no record of her making the phone call. The signatures, all looking different. The discrepancy in the answers of attempted suicide and the discrepancy in medications saying yes. And we know that this part was not fabricated, because on the scene of the arrest she said she had epilepsy. So that's not a question. My problem is on these intake sheets that she supposedly signed and answered to, is saying, no, I'm not on medication. No, I haven't had thoughts of killing myself in the last year. But on a page 3 hours earlier, yes, I've had thoughts of killing myself in the last year. When did you attempt this suicide? One page says 2015, the one that was taken at 8:15 p.m. But on the one at 5 something, it says no. It says 2014. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking. Am I crazy, or is this a long stretch that I'm on here? It's very interesting, and it's very all of this is very questionable. Questions that I don't hear being asked, and maybe they're asking and just not saying anything about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Am I crazy?